Hello, Coachella Valley, and welcome to Live with Your Chamber. I'm your host, Katie Stice, CEO at the Rancho Mirage Chamber of Commerce. And joining us today is one of my favorite people. Our guest today is Diane Taub of Arbonne International, and she's also one of our ambassadors of the year. Welcome to the show, Diane.
It's so great to see you again, Katie, and be here on this amazing opportunity with you
Oh,
in the chamber.
Oh, yay! We love this. And we were just talking before we went live about how you've now been in the Valley for 3 years. Happy anniversary. Are you loving the desert?
I have lived in several places in my life, all 75 years. But honestly, living in the Valley has been the place I was called to be. And
Oh,
everyone knows how I just have thrived here, love it so much. I can't believe June 1st will be our third anniversary. And
wow.
honestly, meeting you and the chamber has just been a highlight for sure.
Well, we feel the same. You've enriched our membership, our community, and of course, our leadership ambassador team that we have. So we love it. But for folks out there who maybe, don't know you yet because they will get to know you, talk a little bit about how you got involved in Arbonne and how long you've been an independent consultant. And then I'm sure we're going to dive a little bit more into the company as well.
Sure. So for 35 years, Katie, I was a guidance counselor. I was a
Hmm.
guidance counselor in New York. I'm from New York, born and raised in Brooklyn, but I actually was living in southern New Jersey, and then I was swept off my feet and to Canada. So I was all over and loved being a guidance counselor. I got my master's like a year after I graduated. It was just something I loved to do, passionate about helping people. And then, it just I met Bill actually in Toronto because that's where I wound up with raising my kids, which is a
Hmm.
wonderful place to be, except for
Hmm.
winter. But nevertheless, Bill was there, and he was in Canada. And while I was in Toronto, I was very good friends with someone I met like right early on, and she
Hmm.
was a consultant in Arbonne. I didn't know anything about network marketing. I knew nothing about Arbonne. So when we did move to California, I was in LA right after Toronto. She came to visit and she introduced me to some of the products. And I thought I could go to Costco and I'd get whatever's on the shelf at Costco and I'd be good.
Hmm.
Boy, was I ever wrong. She really opened my eyes to just the industry being as corrupt as it is.
Hmm.
And I thought, oh, this is great. And then she introduced me to the business opportunity for Arbonne. I thought, you know what? I could do this. I had retired somewhat early as a
Hmm.
guidance counselor because I had back surgery. And I thought, well, I just really wanted to heal myself. And,
Hmm.
at a certain point in education, it's really meant for the youngins. And I thought I did my thing. I was at a wonderful school. If anyone knows in LA, I was at Harvard Westlake and loved it. It's a wonderful experience. But I needed to take care of myself. And I was
Yes.
very blessed that I could do that.
Yes.
So, after a while, I thought, you know what? I'm too young to just not give back and do something
That's right.
for the community because
It's
as a
in your heart.
it's
We know. Anybody who knows you knows it's in your heart. Yeah.
and I just thought, okay, let me see if this I could do this, not only because the products were amazing and
Yeah, they
you
are.
can't really tell here, but for 75, my skin's pretty good. And I'm on 12 years. So to get to your question, yes, 12 years ago I did start,
Wow.
and it's just been life changing in so many ways. But that's really how I got involved from my girlfriend who
And
introduced me.
And tell us a little bit about what you love so much about the company, because anyone who does know you, and I bet a lot of people that are out there watching, you've probably seen Diane out in the community. She's a big community cheerleader, supporter, business booster, ambassador, all of the things. You're very involved. And so I'm lucky that I get to know you, but share with folks out there what you really do love about the company, because you really do have you have a very high level of passion for what you do, and taking care of those around you, whether that women and men, by the way, and
Right,
all.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Well, when I was first introduced to Arbonne, and I knew right away the products were amazing. They're
Mhm,
clean. Most people don't understand why it's so important to have clean vegan products that you put on your face because, our face, our skin is our largest organ. And
mhm,
I had no idea because if we were to believe everything we hear on TV or the radio or wherever,
mhm.
you just wouldn't pay attention to the fact
Right.
that it's absolutely crucial to understand. And because in my heart, I love helping people, I
Mhm.
really try to find out from whomever I'm talking to, what is it that I can help you with? Is it your skin?
Mm.
Is it your
Mhm,
health? Is it just feeling better about yourself? Whatever it is, Arbonne has the answer. And I know
mm,
that for myself as well as for anybody else.
mm.
Because there is an industry, Katie, that I don't think a lot of people know, and that's the animal rendering industry.
Mhm,
It's
mhm,
important for the environment because there are body parts around our city,
mhm,
euthanized pets, roadkill, farm
mhm.
animals that are too sick to go into the food chain. But what they do with it is they send them to these animal rendering plants and they boil them in unregulated vats of water. And then all that scum comes to the top. And if anybody out there has made chicken soup, that toxic fat you get rid of. But
Mm.
unfortunately, what they do is they sell that toxic waste to the cosmetics companies, and it could be called tallow, glycerin. Now, there is a vegan glycerin, which is okay, but
Okay.
if
Okay.
if it's animal byproducts, then it's really, really awful. But worse than
Wow.
that is animal smell, right? So they had to find a way to cover the smell when they put it in the products. So
Mhm.
what they do is they cover it with perfume or
Mm,
chemical fragrance. Like
mm,
perfume, that sounds
mm.
pretty cool, but it's nothing but chemical fragrance. But worse than that, and this is the kicker, they
Yeah.
had to find a way to bind that fragrance
Okay.
onto the
Yep. Yep.
product, right? And in
Yep.
order to do that, they need to use something called phthalate, which
Mhm.
starts with a pH. And phthalate is absolutely a carcinogen that is known, but
Wow.
because there's no regulation with the
Sure.
cosmetic industry or supplements or nutrition at all, they get away with it. And
So, on that note, I mean, that is, first of all, that is a lot of information. I know you're an expert in your field. You've been doing this for so long, and you've really, taken a dive in. Does the FDA get involved in any level? And why is it, do you think, in just your opinion, because you have been doing this for so long, why is it that it happens in other countries? The FDA is a lot more strict and not here in America. Do you have any insight into that?
yeah, it's simple. It's greed.
Yeah.
It's
Money, right?
greed and money. Money talks.
Yeah.
And if any of the larger companies had to abide by the regulations that, they haven't had since
Mhm.
1938,
Mm,
most of those companies would go out of business. So
wow.
it's just the way it is in our country, unfortunately. Now,
Okay.
more and more people are getting on the bandwagon and realizing, you know what? It is so. I was just listening to a podcast today, actually, called The Ultimate Human, and talking about the industry and how toxic it is. And they're hormone disruptors, Katie, which means so many
Mm,
of these young women who are trying to get pregnant cannot, and they don't know why. It's because of
yeah.
the chemicals that are in their products. So I'm so proud that Peter Mork, our founder,
Mhm,
um, 43, almost 45 years ago, he actually started in 1980, but it took 5 years to get the first formulation. He
mhm,
knew back then that he wanted his products to be clean. So the
mm,
research and development company that Arbonne has is extraordinary. And whenever they find any ingredient that is in any way could be toxic, it's gone. And they have the
wow.
ability to do that immediately.
What a
So
huge, huge difference. I think you're just bringing to light so much that people, you're right, kind of like before you got into the industry, maybe didn't think about, I'll just go get my cream here, I'll get it
yeah,
there, without really thinking about what we're putting on our skin and how it absorbs and how it can affect you. I've seen, to your point too, I have seen women who wanting to, get pregnant. I've seen them throw away things like candles and other things that have strong scents in them, just not knowing what is safe to use
Yeah.
or to be around.
Right.
Mhm.
And Katie, not only that, but it's the young girls, younger and younger, are just getting obsessed with makeup and skincare at 12 and even younger. And the parents think, oh, they're just kids. Well, I'm not going to spend any money on them. And they just are putting these chemicals in their skin at
Mhm.
such an early age. So anyway,
Mhm. Yep.
that's
I
just
hear
something.
you. Well, and I think this kind of leads to my next question about what sets you apart, in the industry. But I feel like you're already sharing a lot of that with us right now, which is, I know, again, anyone who knows you have such a big heart, and you love people, you love to help, you love to support. And really, when it comes down to you in this industry, I see you as someone who has really um, you take your time, you dive in, you really learn about what you're doing. And I feel like you're also one of those people that you really need to believe in it if you're going to do it
Absolutely.
wholeheartedly. So, talk a little bit about kind of what does set you apart as that Arbonne rep and what people can expect when they start to work with you.
Yeah. And the truth is there are tons, of
Mhm,
people that, have a consultant ID. But I think
mhm,
what I do is I see myself as a paid problem solver. And, I just really want to know the person who I'm
yeah,
dealing with, finding out who they are, what is it that they need. And the truth is Arbonne isn't for everyone. It just isn't.
yeah,
But when I talk to a person and know that whether they need to lose a little bit of weight, whether they have some issue, because a lot of people also don't realize that some issue on their skin can be directly related to their gut. So
yes. They call the gut the second brain, right? Your body.
exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
So it really is important to me to know who I'm talking to
Mm.
and trying to find out how can I help them more
Uh-huh.
than just sell a
Yes.
product. That's just not who I am at all. It's really, can I help you? And the other thing with Arbonne that is amazing to me, there's a 90-day money back guarantee. Who
Yeah.
does that? Where you don't need a receipt, you don't need anything, no questions asked. If it isn't absolutely best for you, no problem. And then I take care of the shipping back. So it's pretty extraordinary.
It is extraordinary, and I can say it as a customer and a testimonial that everything you've said is true, hits the nail on the head. You've shared all kinds of different things with me, and I just really, really enjoy the products. So thank you for all of that. I feel good about going out and about, whether I'm hiking, knowing that my skin, I have got a good SPF on there, or I'm, getting made up for, different events or live videos. So, so appreciate that. And talk a little bit about the company as well. I know whenever we're at ambassador meetings and you're talking about the company, you talk about it being a B corporation. Can you share a little bit more about what that means?
I do. So a B corporation is something that most people really haven't a clue what that means. I certainly didn't. And, and sorry, my phone.
Hmm.
And why it's so important. First of all, it's a very, very rigorous process that took
Hmm.
Arbonne over a year to actually be certified.
Hmm.
There are very few companies in the world that are actually certified as B corporation. So what it actually means, they live by a higher standard and they have to promise that they balance the B, the people, the products, and the planet. So
Hmm.
everything that Arbonne produces is environmentally friendly, sustainably harvested. Our newest anti-aging or healthy aging line of products, skincare now, is all glass because plastic is going to destroy the earth for sure. So they do
Hmm.
everything in their power. And I'm so proud to say that we, in our industry, we are absolutely number one with the highest score of all those certified as B Corp. So it's really impressive. And I was very fortunate. I earned a master class, and the person who actually took Arbonne through the B Corporation rigorous process gave us an insight to how difficult it is and all the questions, over 1,000, that have to be not only answered, but verified. So it's
Wow.
very, very
Yeah.
impressive. And we are the only network marketing company as a B Corp. So it's very, very impressive, actually.
Really
Yeah.
special. Well,
Mm.
I know that, when you share and talk about the company, you're always, just sharing the best of the best of how proud you are to work with them, how great the products are. Do you have a favorite like product that you just love to use and can't live without? I mean,
You know?
I feel like it's a trick question because there's going to be so many.
I know, there really are, but honestly, I think the skincare line that I've been
Yeah.
using for 12 years has just changed my skin.
Yeah.
People, can't believe how old I am, and, yes, I'm genetically blessed, but my skin was not always this good.
Mm,
After 12 years of using Arbonne, which the products have evolved, they
yeah.
know the top ingredients that they need to have in their skincare absolutely all the time, and I'm
Mm,
just really proud of that, to be able to say that I know the ingredients in this product not only are clean and sustainably harvested, but
yeah.
they are the cutting edge ingredients to do the best for my skin as possible. So, there
I
you
love
go.
that. Well, I particularly like so I've used
And the
the
fizz.
chocolate yep, the chocolate shakes before, I love those, all the vitamins and minerals that are in them, and they're a quick, breakfast or lunch on the go if you need them. I would say my most favorite product is really just the moisturizer, and it's got the SPF in it, and it's light, it feels good, it's not too heavy, it really works well with my skin. And out here in the desert, I think we have to be very cautious about it gets really cold and windy in the winter, and in the summer, obviously, we're in the desert, and so it's so hot. And that's a product that I can use year round on my skin, and it's
Yes,
always fits what I need. So I enjoy that.
yes,
Um, my next round of questions is going to be rapid fire. Are you ready?
I'm
I didn't
ready,
prepare you for this, but I feel
I'm
like you're
ready.
ready for anything. All right. What's your favorite color?
Yellow,
Where's your favorite place to visit?
Toronto.
What's your favorite song?
Um, something by Celine Dion. Um,
Oh, love, 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 love. What about what's your favorite movie?
well, you know what? I just have to say, I just watched this movie and it was so amazing. The Idea of You. It was so
Um,
good with Anne Hathaway. If you haven't seen it,
oh, I have not. I
oh,
will.
you have
Okay.
to.
I'm an Anne Hathaway fan. Do you have a favorite restaurant in the Valley?
I can't say that I do, because, um, but the first thing that comes to my mind is burgers and beer because that's just a
Oh, yeah.
fun place to go. But I'll tell you what was, I have to just say,
Yes.
the coffee boutique that burned down. We went
Yes.
every single Wednesday, so that totally was my
Oh,
favorite, 100%.
oh.
But she will be rebuilding, so.
She will be because she has people like you around her. Oh, well, Diane, thank you for humoring me with my rapid fire questions. Thank you for coming on and sharing more about you, your small business, the company, and just a very special thank you, not just for being one of our lead ambassadors, but our ambassador of the year. We just
Aw.
thank you so much and lift you up and love on you because you really take great care of those around you and the whole community. So thank you for joining us today and sharing.
Oh, Katie, thank you so much. All of you are just my favorite people, and the chamber chicks, as I always call you, are just the best. And I don't go anywhere without talking about the chamber, truly, because as much as I believe in Arbonne, I so believe in the chamber. And I'm
Yeah.
so honored to and blessed to be such a great part of the chamber, which will be as a lifer as well. You can't get rid of me, Katie. Sorry.
Good. I'm not planning on it. Well, sister, thank you for joining us. I look forward to
Thank
seeing you
you.
at an event coming up and just so appreciate all the hard work that you do in the community. We'll look forward to seeing you soon, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, friend. I'll see you soon. And thanks for joining us today on Live with Your Chamber. It's so much fun to get together with our incredible local business community and talk about everyone's passions, what they're doing, and how they're doing it, and what they know that you may not know, and sharing that and connecting. That's what Diane is always about. So her information has been on the screen. If I can help connect you with her, let us know. Otherwise, we'll look forward to seeing you next time on Live with Your Chamber. And thank you for allowing me to do what I do here at the Rancho Mirage Chamber of Commerce. We'll look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.